Acidic pH will always give you pains, stiffnesses, rigidity. So all the stuff that increases your acidic tone, you have to either balance it or reduce the content. For example, if a person is too much doing gym, you see the tone of their body and you ask them, they will always have underlying pain going on in the body. So if you're doing too much weights is ideally not advisable, but then too much of non-veg will always try to increase your acidic tone. Also, good point that she asked, persons having too much high acidity will tend to have right shoulder pain also. So body pH can be managed by the nutrition part. What food you take, what supplements you take, what all chemicals you're putting inside your body just to be fine. Is it really being good inside, or it is giving some negative effect or effect to your body? You can be alert on that. It is not something like you take this much amount of water or you take this much amount of salt and the pH is maintained. It is again different for different persons, but it will mostly depend on your thought process, where you are trying to be more acidic because you are more irritable, and also with the nutrition part that will be guided so that the pH is maintained properly. Okay.
Ma'am, if we eat more vegetables like that, fresh, then
See,
the pH
again,
value
some
will be...
vegetables are bound to give you more acidity. So it is not that you don't eat non-veg or you eat pure vegetarian. You have to have a good combination so that your body acid is maintained at a neutral pH. It shouldn't be too much acid or too much the other way. Okay.
And also, I think one has to check what suits one's level of acidity, right? There are some food that if I eat, I am more acidic, but it may not be the same for someone else. So probably charting what you're eating and how it is affecting you.
I think a nutritionist can give you a better idea for that, because that person will analyze how and what level you are, and then he or she may guide you.
So is there a test for pH to find out what is the pH level of our body? Is there a test available?
Because it is not for the whole body.
Okay.
It will come in the blood test, but it is not for the whole body. See, if for diet, reducing the weight, it is usually told that you can have garam pani with nimbu, lime, and honey. But it may not suit to everybody. As you said, it may not suit to everybody. Some may be very allergic to the acidic taste of the lime. So some may respond very nicely. So it has to be dealt in specification to that person, what the person is in that situation, and then they can decide how to go ahead with the food.
Well said. Because I know in my family itself, I like the lime, and my husband also likes a lot of lime in his food, and my children can't take that much lime. So there is a difference there. So otherwise people think that it is alkaline, lime water is alkaline and it suits them and they can put lime and have it. But that's not true. It depends upon the body type and what suits you. Yeah, a nutrition can really help that.
And basically, our body system is such that whatever we put inside, we are able to manage that pH. Okay. So natural conditions, we don't require anything. If this is going haywire, that means your internal system is not working right. So we need to take care of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope, Radhika, your question is answered.
Swelling in the arms is movement is less, first thing. Second point is, if your lymphatic drainage in the cervical and the shoulder is not being taken care of, it will always tend to have swelling on the arms. If you see any person who has undergone breast removal, radical mastectomy after the cancer, they tend to have swelling on the shoulder and the arm, right till the fingers. Why it is? Because the lymphatics of that person are hampered during the surgery. So we need to think that if I am getting swelling, is it my lymphatic not getting cleared? Okay. Lymphatic will get, it is very important to work on the lymphatics. Like we work on the bone health, like we work on the muscle, we have to be very alert about the lymphatic drainage.
You
So there
have
are
any advice on how to drain lymphatic?
lymphatic drainage is basically, again, your movement and range of motion has to be full, good, ample amount of water quantity has to be there, and again, pH.
Okay.
So
Thank you
like
so much.
one point I want to say about the matrix therapy that you were telling, because I had queries that matrix slit looks like vibration. I have also got a machine that is imported from Singapore and it gives vibrations. So whenever we travel in a rickshaw or we travel in a bus or we travel in a car, that time also we get vibrations.
Correct.
But during
And
the
they're
travel,
different.
we tend to feel fatigue, which is not the case in matrix. You felt like sleeping because that is internally working inside, and then after that you feel that the body is now freshen up.
Yeah.
The energy that is there, that will not be there if it is a simple vibrator.
Correct.
I always tell my patients, you try, if you feel the same effect, it is good, it is there in your house. First thing and the important thing is you get better with whatever you are getting better. Just be alert what you are doing and get better.
Yeah, that's true. And first one needs to try it. That is the most important thing. Because I had not heard about it. I also tried it. I took only one session first, and then I took the subsequent session as per the doctor's advice. Yeah.
I'll take the second question first. What are the early signs? Small restrictions in your range. So if I ask what are the full ranges of the shoulder joint, I should be able to do this backward movement, okay, touching this, okay, doing this. If I'm able to do this, that my shoulder is fine. Okay. Then in these all movements, if I feel that there is slight lessening in the range, that is the range is slowly coming down, you need to be alert. What is the thing? Is it a shoulder pain that is because of frozen shoulder, or something inside that is going wrong? It can be depositions of the calcium. It can be tear. So as I said, pain will be different. If it is a ligament tear or if it is a muscle tear during any gym activity. So the pain will be different. So how is the pain? Are you able to see to it that you are able to manage it little bit and you are able to do little range? If you're not, you have to be alert that it may be a beginning of frozen shoulder. First range that will go is your back movement.
The bra strap.
Yes. Or taking out something from the back pocket of your jeans.
Right.
Okay. If this movement is restricted, you have to be very alert that you are heading towards a shoulder problem. I will not label it as a frozen shoulder, but something is going to go wrong with this shoulder joint. Okay. Second question that you asked me about muscle strengthening. So you want to ask about
which muscle?
Or
which muscles? Is it the deltoids or the trapezius? Are we working? Which range when I look for exercises? Which exercises and which muscles?
Okay, I'll give you a generalized thing. It will be again different because your pattern of moving the joint with trapezius is going to be different, with deltoid is going to be different.
Yes.
So if a person is in gym, they usually try to do this, either pec duct or this movement.
Yeah, full
This is
lateral.
more working on the trapezius. So as I said, if you consider this model, your neck is above here.
Yeah.
So from the neck, the trapezius originates and it comes down and it covers the whole back. Okay. The shoulder blade. Under the trapezius, all the smaller muscles, that is the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, the deltoid, everything is covered here and here. So if you are working only for the trapezius, your other muscles are going to
The
be
opposite.
weak.
Yes.
Okay.
You should always work the front and the back together.
Yeah, you need to work on all the muscles.
Yeah.
So just talk to some person or a therapist and show what exercises and what movement you are doing. So she will palpate and see to it that, okay, this range, and this range. Because initiation of the shoulder, some muscles are different. Initiation is by supraspinatus muscle, then the deltoid, and later on the range by different muscles. So if those muscles are not being fired or those muscles are not being used in the same pattern, we will have affected shoulder pattern. That is the shoulder dyskinesia, where which muscle is supposed to be working is not working, and just because our body is very smart, the other muscle takes up the part that is being not done. So we have to be careful when we are training, especially in the gym.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Anushree.
Yes. From usually something from 6 months to 9 months to 2 years. But in that time, if your movement is already altered, it will never happen that at the end of 2 or 2.5 years, my shoulder will be all okay. No, you have to work on it.
Work on it, yeah.
Okay. So I'm just trying to give an input that we all need to maintain whatever is with us. If we don't utilize it, we will lose it. And the suppleness of the body and the suppleness of the muscle will bring about a good normal movement. We need not be very, very afraid of what is going to happen if I have been diagnosed at frozen shoulder. It takes its time, but one has to work on that.
Yeah. Yes, movement is the key. Moving is the key.
So if you don't move and if you don't be flexible, you will have to come to a therapist to make you more mobile.
That is so true. And you gave a very good example saying that now we have mirrors in the car and you don't have to really turn or do anything. You're looking, and also you're looking at the screen, isn't it? For parking,
Yes.
you're looking at the screen and parking. You stopped using your neck. So you have to use your neck during exercise. That's
so if a person like me who is not very exercise one, I will have to go back to the old cars where everything of my body is being used.
Well said, doctor. Well said. Yeah.
It will be a predisposing factor for the cervical region, and then gradually it will come down to the thoracic, and then it will come down, because laptop that we are using is the bad thing. You shouldn't use it on your lap. It should always be placed on a table. It should be of a proper height that your arms should be resting. That if I show you over here, this should be the position that my arms should be resting. My weight of the shoulder is being taken care of the table by the table. If I'm keeping my hands like this down and moving, if they are not supported over here, what is going to happen? Because this pull is going to be there always because my hands are hanging. So I have to see to it that my neck position is right, my neck is supported, okay? And my arms are properly supported on a table. So either my chair has to be low or my table has to be little heighted. So I'm resting properly over there and then my laptop work is going on. If I'm resting only my wrist, then we know wrist pain and then radiating it down to the fingers, it starts. So we have to be careful for that. Ergonomics plays a very important role in every activity we are doing. One more important thing, that if your shoulder is weak, if these muscles are weak, you will always tend to do a strong grip from your wrist. So you will always tend to have tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. Tennis elbow and golfer's elbow, the base is at the shoulder.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you, Devi, for asking that. Tennis elbow, and it's got connection to this, is it?
Yes, because your scapular muscles are not working properly. Compensate that, your elbow and your wrist muscles are working more strongly.
Working more stronger. That's why you get tennis elbow. So again, the same, I think, concluding sentences, work your shoulders
Yes,
well.
shoulder more.
And call your laptop tabletop.
Yes.
That was a good suggestion that you gave, that to rest your hands on the table and work. Keep the laptop far away.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this
Thank you.
enlightening session. As I said,
Thank you, the
really very
forum.
happy, and with your
Yeah.
pleasant personality, you actually stole all our hearts, and so sweetly and so patiently you answered our questions. Whole forum is
so patiently and so passionately, like
yes,
both.
Yeah.
You could see it. I mean,
true.
yeah.
And
Thank
the
you all
models
for inviting and joining.
Yeah. We will take one last picture of the audience. If audience can open the, will you take me out of the spotlight, please? Yes, and we can take a picture, please. Thank you. I see Vinita here. You didn't ask a question. I know that you wanted to ask something.
Maybe it was answered during the session.
Probably. Yeah, correct.
Yes, it was answered. So I just kept my mouth shut and I heard very carefully everything. Thank you. It
Thank
was
you
a
so
nice
much.
session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Whole Forum is always very thankful to its audience. And please, once the video comes, please pass on the videos. They are put on YouTube to your family and friends. We women can support women and take care of each other. And society will become better because of that. That's my belief. And
Thank
that's
you
the
to
Whole
Bhairavi
Forum
and
will.
all the forum members. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yes,
Anu.
special thank
Thank
you to
you.
Bhairavi for introducing us to Anushree,
Yes.
Dr. Anushree. Thank you so much.